basement, tied to the chairs that went to her new stained wood table. She tried to wiggle her wrists, but they were wrapped tight. The women looked at each other, sitting in a circle, still dressed in their evening attire, with frightened expressions on their faces. Mikayla tried to reach out to give her friends a hug, but she couldn't. Her hands were bound to the chair. Charlie's face went from scared to angry as the reality of the situation set in. "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" she asked. "My fiancé is going to throw you back in jail, you greasy motherfucker." "You talk a good game, Charlie, but I think you forgot that you're the one tied to a chair, and I'm the one with the gun." Damien smirked and shook his pistol at her. "Also, nobody knows where you are. They think the three of you went to celebrate. Whatever you're planning to do, you won't get away with it." Charlie tried to say it with confidence, but her shaky voice gave her away. "What is it that I'm trying to get away with, Charlie?" Damien asked and walked up on her. He leaned his face so close to hers that when she turned her head, his lips brushed against her cheek. "Why don't you just ask what you really want to know?" Are you going to kill us?" "Well, that depends on Mikayla," Damien said, and smiled at his sister. "If she's willing to cooperate, I'm willing to let all of you walk out of here with your lives." "Cooperate with what?" Emerson asked, and looked at Mikayla. "What is he talking about?" "He wants me to tell the truth," Mikayla whispered. "Tell the truth about what?" Emerson furrowed her brow at her friend. Damien left Charlie, knelt in front of Mikayla, and smiled sinisterly in her face. "Yeah, tell the truth about what, Mikayla?" he mocked. "Why now?" Mikayla asked, ignoring the question. "After all this time, why now? I've done everything you asked me to do. You and Jewel were supposed to be out of my life." "We were family, Mikayla, or at least I thought we were. You took me from my mother's home and put me in the position to go to jail. Do you know what it feels like to have nobody care about you? I kept money on your books. That doesn't make up for the fact that you weren't there. You turned your back on me. The only person who was there for me was Mama. After all the damage that you caused, the truth still refuses to come from your lips," Damien said, stepping back and pointing his gun at her. "One thing I learned when I was locked down is that sometimes you have to apologize to yourself for something somebody else did. This isn't going to be one of those times. I think shooting one of your fingers off will be the perfect motivation." Emerson and Charlie screamed as Damien's finger got tighter around the trigger. Right before a shot rang out, the door to the basement opened. Mikayla had forgotten she'd told Charles, her soon-to-be ex-husband, he could come by after the event to grab some of his things. Mikayla had never been so happy to see him. There was a shocked expression on his face as he saw the scene taking place. He stepped off the last stair and looked at the gun in Damien's hand. "Charles! Call the police! My brother's trying to kill me!" Mikayla cried. Damien turned his gaze to Charles, who shook his head. "Damien, I told you to make sure she was dead before I got here, and to make it look like a burglar did it," Charles said, sending Mikayla's heart to her stomach. "And what the hell are her friends doing here? Now we have to kill them all." "Charles," Mikayla's voice faded. She took in his appearance and saw that he was dressed in work attire. His tailored suit was fitted over his new gym body, and his diamond cufflinks flashed whenever he moved. He glowered down at her like she was the most disgusting thing he had ever seen in his life. "Don't look at me like that. I hate you, and you know that," he told her. "With you gone, not only will I get my house and my girls back, but there's also the $500,000 life insurance policy I get if you die." Emerson started